Welcome back to Cigar Time, your very, very friendly show all about premium cigars.
It's true.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Scott.
Hey guys, how's your week?
Our week, my week was great.
We survived that supposedly snow stuff that never
Well,
really
this time
happened.
of year, snow falls from the sky.
And
A few weeks ago, it was even freezing in Florida,
it was?
where I'm
true.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
Wow, they had some frost?
No,
Well, it got into the 20s.
Yeah.
No.
I even had a couple of friends from there.
They're freezing their butt off.
They couldn't find the heater.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I forgot how to turn the
It's a
heater
little,
on.
it's a little red button on the thermostat.
Yeah.
Wait, it
that's
really
what
got
I
down
thought.
to the 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a rare event. That's not that a few days, maybe a week or two a year, it gets into the 40s and 30, high 30s at night.
Global warming caused that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Global
of course.
warming,
Let's
absolutely.
not talk about the
Exactly.
climate change.
The melting snow caps in the Delaware River. Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to flood, Frankfurt and Kensington. One of you are supposed to say, well, how would you know?
How would you know?
I gave you the
No,
line.
I had a line, but I decided to let it go.
Oh, let it go. Okay. Hey, look, I spent part of my youth in Kensington.
Yes, you
It's
have.
not the same Kensington.
And I wasn't even upscale. I wasn't even up towards K&A. I was down at 2500 off of Kensington Avenue.
It's funny that everybody says K and A.
This wasn't exactly the high rent district.
No, exactly.
Even back then, it was far from the high. But we had the Ken Theater, Farmers Market, Sunray Drugs. Most of you don't know what I'm talking
Back
about.
down memory
Probably the
lane.
vast majority of you don't know
Scott
what I'm
does.
talking about.
Scott does.
Scott knows.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
I hear nothing.
Well,
Is your microphone on?
This is what he typically. Is your mic on, Scott?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's kind of stoic today.
Yeah.
As you may have noticed, our end cap down there is transitioning.
To what? To what? He doesn't want to talk because he's been.
all your mind's in the gutter? He's
think-
transitioning to plastic.
Yeah.
Hard plastic.
I don't think his lipstick goes, but that's all right.
Yeah, you gotta like that hat though.
Oh, yeah.
He's
And,
prepared for winter.
You can't quite
Nice
see
pom-pom.
the figure.
Yeah.
I mean, never mind.
Yeah, we had to put something on him.
But I'm glad because the cameraman was complaining the glare off his bald head was really
Yeah.
starting to mess up the balancing of the camera and stuff
So we
like
had
that.
to, he had to put a hat on.
Yeah, so we made him put a hat
We
on.
put the hat on.
Yeah.
We put the hat on.
And he has contacts instead of glasses.
Yeah. But we're hoping. Oh yeah, this is going to get
Yeah.
crazy.
Why don't we
We're-
talk about the cigar?
We'll
No,
get
not
to that.
yet. We'll get to the
We're hoping
cigar.
that his significant contributions to this show, will induce everyone to run out and want to smoke a cigar. Right, Scott? All right. Okay.
Dynamite drop in.
And come hang out at our lounge that
Mhm.
has free Wi-Fi and coffee and
That's
TV and Netflix and Amazon Prime.
Wow.
Oh yeah, we have it all here in Horsham.
store.
I may be there tonight.
We have it all here in
There you
Horsham.
go.
I think we even have Hulu, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Hulu. Little grass skirts.
It's a lot.
All right.
It's Hulu.
Today we're smoking the venerable old Oliva G Cameroon
Don't
wrapper.
call it old, call it aged. That's what it is.
Well, they're old.
They're
It's
aged.
been around for a long time.
Oldie
It's a
but
great
goodie.
cigar.
This is actually my favorite out of the entire Oliva line.
Is it
And
really?
Yes, but I
Believe-
like the box press.
Believe it or not, we have an Oliva Cameroon expert on the panel.
Who?
Scott.
Scott.
Oh, you know what? Since he's given us the cold shoulder today, why don't you fill in? You know a little bit
I will, a little
about
bit.
Cameroon.
This has a African Cameroon wrapper, a Nicaraguan Habano binder, and Nicaraguan fillers. So
This is real African
it
Cameroon.
is African
Uh,
Cameroon.
South Philly, I think.
As opposed to the Cameroon that's
Grown-
raised in Missouri.
That is correct.
Yes.
African Cameroon.
This is actually one of the hardest wrappers to deal with when you're
It's one of the
rolling.
hardest wrappers to deal with, and one of the most fragile wrappers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's also the most tastiest.
And isn't it the most expensive?
It is. Although this cigar is not expensive at all.
No,
it's
it's
$6.25.
What?
Nice.
$6.25
How do they do that?
for a Toro. I have no idea.
They took a page from your book.
I know.
Didn't
not
Scott
a
set the
fluent.
price on this one?
Yeah,
Scott, did you?
Well, they went for quantity. They went for quantity instead of getting rich off each one. More cigar makers should
Wow.
do
I think they went for quality too.
Well, it is quality. You don't put Cameroon wrapper on. You don't take a good wrapper like that and put it around a bunch of Tampa and Nicaraguan newspapers.
That's
True.
But you know, it's that time of the year. I bet you they're coming out with a price change soon.
Well, all these
Yeah,
companies
they
keep
all
raising
do.
Yeah,
prices.
get them before their price goes up.
Yeah.
Well,
when they
Oliva
realized what they
actually, in Oliva's defense, their prices don't really go up that much. And the Oliva G Series, the entire line has stayed within $6. I can't tell you for how long. So
I wonder why they didn't call it the Oliva C.
I don't
why
know.
would it be a
Instead of
C?
G.
Oh,
I
a
don't know.
C?
You know what?
What?
It may have had something to do with back in the day. Remember when they had those toilet bowl
Oh
boxes?
God, they were awful.
Yeah.
I mean, the
What does
cigars
the
were
G
good,
mean?
but the boxes were
I don't
terrible.
know, but I think it had something to do with the back in the
Toilet
day
bowl.
when they did. They looked
I
like
know,
toilet
I
bowls.
know. Look, they wouldn't fit on the shelf.
I know because they were rounded
Yeah,
up front.
they were,
crazy.
every dealer in America, probably in the high 90s, has shelves that are flat.
See, I don't remember that.
That was
one.
before your time.
Yeah.
I started in 2007.
That's back when dinosaurs roamed
So
the
this
earth.
was back in the 90s, not the 2000s.
No, 2000.
Yeah, early 2000s.
Oh,
I
early.
remember 'em.
I
Yeah.
know. I've probably seen it. Just
But
in
they
the-
were rounded.
They were rounded.
They didn't fit on the shelf.
But did it look? Was it shaped
It
like?
looked like a toilet bowl seat, and the front of it was the round part up front, and you couldn't put it on the shelf
Yeah, you
because it
couldn't.
would fall over. It was crazy
So where'd you put it?
we,
on the shelf.
we joyrided. we came up with a solution to it.
I think we put push pins on the side.
I was going to
so
say,
it would
probably,
look like
it probably involved nails and a hammer.
Yeah, probably.
something like that.
6 1/4
Yeah, 625
in this size.
in the Toro. That is
Wow.
correct. They have two sizes that are box pressed: the Churchill
Yeah, I know.
And the
and the
torpedo.
torpedo.
That's
both
my
box pressed,
favorite.
yeah.
And they're
And those
expensive,
are
too.
no,
Yeah.
they're still those are still $6
Yeah.
and something.
I don't understand why they would box press a Cameroon wrapper.
That
It's
must
already
be really
yeah.
difficult. Wow.
They must have a lot of
It
waste.
feels
because
so silky. It
it's
looks so good.
It does.
It does.
It's
They
fantastic.
do a great
Nick
job.
used to do it too.
Yeah.
Remember those
Yeah, I
Cameroons?
do. I
Yeah.
do.
What Cameroons?
His La Traditions.
Yeah. Well, again, before your
Before
day.
your time.
That was back in the 90s.
That was
I
Great
remember
cigar.
his Nick sticks.
Nick Sticks,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember those.
Oh, Nick Sticks. He called them. He still makes those, I think.
I
does.
think so. Yeah.
He calls them.
Rob hates the word sticks for cigars or stogies.
He's a tradition.
Or if you say it like cigar, he can't stand that either.
Oh.
I don't care
Hence
about
why
that.
we all say
I
it.
care about that. I can't stand that. Cigar. It's cigar.
How about gars?
Oh, I can't.
Give me another gar.
I can't.
I
It's
love it
just
when somebody goes,
cigar.
I want to come in and smoke a stogie. I'm like, okay. Thank
Would you be offended if they called them smokes?
No.
Okay. But stogies offend you.
No, it doesn't offend me.
No,
I
Oh.
smokes,
just find it funny.
Oh, okay.
smokes makes me think of cigarettes, not cigars.
That's true.
I think you're probably more right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny that people come in and they think they're cool. Wow, I'm here to smoke a stogie. I'm like, okay. Thank you. Thank you for playing.
That's more of the, is that the younger crowd or the older crowd that say that?
Everybody.
Well, can't be too young with this over 21 stuff.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah. We're sorry about
Which
that.
is a shame. It's like you get started on something and then you have to stop. And what about the stuff that you already have in your stash?
Well, it can't stop you from smoking. It can
Yeah.
stop you from
It's not,
buying.
yeah. The
I
law
know.
says
They can't
purchase. It doesn't
Yeah,
say
purchase.
smoke.
True.
Which is so asinine.
But they can't say smoke. Isn't that illegal?
Why didn't they grandfather in all the 18, 19, and 20-year-olds?
I don't know.
And
How
have a
can you
period of time.
grandfather them in?
If you were 18 on such and such a date when it became law, it was okay to smoke.
Right.
But if you were if you were
If you're just turning,
if you're
then
just
you
turning
can't.
18, then you're
I see
out
what
till you're
you're saying.
21.
That happened with the
Honestly-
driver's license.
Honestly, I'm
Yeah.
okay with 21, except for
Why?
military.
Right.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Well, why
I think
you-
they're going to change that.
Excuse
I
me.
hope they do.
I think that will be
No, it
changed.
won't. The military's the one that asked to have that removed.
Well, I would like to say something. Why do you like 21?
It'll become a political thing.
Why do I like 21?
Yeah, I don't like that.
I really don't care.
I
You
don't
just
care.
said you like 21. You said I
Yeah,
like.
but I don't
that
mind
it's
it.
20.
I
Oh,
don't.
you
I don't mind it either. Well, obviously because we're all over 21. But
No, I think it's offensive.
Thank
I
you.
do. I think it's
I
offensive.
think me too. I'm right with you.
If you're old enough
to go to college.
go to college, you're considered an adult. You're
Right.
past the age of majority.
Yep.
you're theoretically you
vote.
should be able to make decisions on your own.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, why is
Yeah.
why is an 18 or 19-year-old less, has less brain power than a 60-year-old?
Right, and that's where your grandfather clause comes
Yes.
in. Because why all of a sudden, if you're 18, 19, or 20,
And you're already doing
on
it.
December 31st, you
Yeah.
can smoke, you can come in, you can buy cigars, but on January 1st,
You can't.
it's
That's
illegal. I
crazy.
mean, that's just stupid.
It's
They
wrong.
saw how prohibition worked when they banned all
Right,
liquor.
yeah.
And that was all age. They saw how that went over.
But when
How long ago was prohibition?
1919.
No. How long did it last? How many years?
13 years.
It was
32 years.
13 years.
Yes.
Yeah, 13 years.
Wow.
1932 it stopped, but
Wow.
or 33, somewhere around there.
33.
Anyway,
33, the Volstead Act
Yeah.
was repealed.
right.
Isn't
Um,
that something?
It made me lose my thought.
Sorry.
Senior moment, huh?
So what's
am.
everybody think of the
Which is
cigar
where
show?
you
Yeah,
got the
Scott knows.
speakeasy.
Scott remembers. But I mean, when they
Thank you
went
for that
to,
answer,
I
Scott.
remember now. When they went to alcohol, like in Pennsylvania, when I turned 18, over in Jersey,
It was legal.
It was 18,
Yeah.
you could drink. But when I turned the following year, which was only 2 months later, they moved it up to 19. But since I was 18, I could still drink until
not-
I was
You're not
21.
going to believe this.
Wait, you were fathered in?
Grandfather.
When I was
yeah.
a teenager, the laws in New York, the drinking age was 16.
What?
16!
Wow.
I'm talking about back in the 50s and 60s. I don't know when it went from 16 to 18 and then 18 to 21, but I remember on Broadway, a bunch of us drove up there.
That's so
We
cool.
were all around 17, 16, 17. We went to like a little combination pizza place and Italian restaurant on Broadway, a little further from the theater, further north in the theater district. It was called the Romeo Restaurant.
Yeah.
I remember it like it was yesterday. And I ordered, I don't remember the brand, but I ordered a beer.
Okay.
And I remember it was perfectly legal.
And they could sell now. Could places like a pizza place sell liquor, or just was it beer? Did you have that kind of thing
I
like we have
imagine,
now?
as so many restaurants in New York, even delicatessens and everything, they have multiple licenses, or they did back in the day. They sold liquor and beer. Now today may be a little different. I'm not, really
I wonder if it's
checked
still
that out.
there. I wonder if it's still there.
I don't think so. But I remember it was probably, I'm guessing, around 63, 64. The Romeo Restaurant. I'll never forget that. I think the pizza was pretty good too.
So where did the age of 21 come up? Who, like, where did,
Arbitrary.
what is that number? Why
Arbitrary.
is that number so golden?
It's an arbitrary age. There's no demonstrable proof that a 21-year-old is any wiser than a 19 or 20-year-old.
Well,
yeah.
you could say I would go.
I
I would go with smarter, but maybe wiser, because as you
Why?
age, you get wiser.
Nah.
Not from 19
not-
to 20.
not
Not from
that-
not from 19 to 20.
Now, if you
mean,
said
some people-
19 to 40,
Some people at
say I'm
19 are
still
more
not wise.
wiser than they are
That's
at
what I
21.
said. That was my
That's
point,
True.
yeah.
That's true.
but I mean, you really don't gain all that much between 19 and 21. Come on. I mean,
Especially if everything's illegal.
I think they got it from maybe graduating college. Most people are 21, 22.
it's arbitrary. The whole thing is arbitrary and, I believe, politically motivated.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah. So, I mean,
We got to save the youth from themselves.
That's right.
well, just like the government needs to save us from ourselves as well.
Well, the government needs to save themselves from themselves.
Yeah, well, maybe they should start saving themselves.
That's what I
That's
just
what you
said.
said.
Yeah, okay.
They
well,
need to save
I
themselves
totally
from
agree.
themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of trying to save everybody else, save yourself
So,
first.
so what's everybody's first impression?
You
You've been
took
trying
the
to
words
say
right
that
out
for.
of my mouth.
You've been trying to say that for 5 minutes.
Yes,
Actually, I said it twice.
Let's start with Scott. He doesn't have much to say.
Well, that was insightful.
He's kind of wooden.
That was the most he's ever said.
Yeah. All right, go back in your.
It's the most
cocoon.
intelligent thing he's ever said.
He's gonna get all of you.
Probably. You're probably
next,
asking the wrong
Rob.
person, because I love Cameroon wrappers and I love Nicaraguan tobacco. I'm getting a nice nutty taste from this, especially to the retrohale. It's very smooth.
Hey, I'm cracking.
It's nice. It's
Moose.
I'm loving this. It's a great cigar. Even the just beginning of it. The Cameroon, I'm in the same boat with Rob.
little bit of pepper.
Little bit.
Very
yeah,
little
it's
bit.
very little
Not
bit,
a lot.
but it works well with the nuttiness.
Yes.
It's just, they complement each other. It's so
Yeah.
good. You don't usually get that when you have the both of them in there.
Right.
One either overpowers the other.
Pete.
I think
Uh-oh.
it's my turn. I love this. I love the G Series. My favorite is the box press torpedo, though. We didn't do that. This is to me a different kind of Cameroon. It's an aged Cameroon. It's not as toothy as a usual Cameroon wrapper would look like. That's why you're not getting as much as the white pepper, I believe. I don't get any pepper right now on this cigar. I do get nuttiness. I get a nice mild plus. It's very pleasant, and I think because of, I forget how long they aged it for, but I think the aging of the Cameroon has something to do with the mildness of it and the lack of the white pepper. And I like the way the wrapper looks.
Well, as for me, I mean, I have not smoked this cigar in a very, very long time, and I am just pleasantly shocked, kind of blown away by it.
Yeah.
Because not to pick a fight,
What?
but you
Pick a fight. Pick a fight.
You know what I'm going to say.
I want to hear
I
it.
absolutely
I
know
don't
what you're
know
gonna
what you're
say.
going to say. You get plugs?
No, it's one of the draw. No.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's talking about
That didn't
price.
sound good.
Don't emphasize it.
He's talking about price.
Price.
The price.
When I
dear.
factor,
I got the P right.
we're not ready to put a number on it, but when I factor in the price and the quality and the taste and the draw,
And look
The
at
burn?
look at your burn.
Well,
I was
of
going to
course.
say, look at your ash.
you know, when an expert lights a cigar, it usually has a nice clean burn.
And a nice ash.
And you have a nice ash too.
I know, thanks.
So does Scott.
He's not even smoking his.
Nah.
We need to vote him off the island. If he's not going to contribute more, except just to be a pretty face.
Blow a little smoke in his face.
You have to excuse me.
I
Scott.
love this cigar. I
You
guess
have
is
to
the bottom line.
Yeah.
You have to excuse guys going through a transition.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Oliva is known for the extremes.
What do you mean?
Well, on the one hand, you got the Oliva V,
Yeah,
which is a hot-selling hot cigar,
yeah.
full body usually.
And the Emiliano line is just,
And the Milano is probably a scotch less powerful.
you think?
Yeah,
I
do
do.
too.
I do.
too, and I think that's why it has more appeal than the Oliva V.
Yeah.
I think that's why I got the #1 cigar.
But would you agree that people that like the V, because they're so hard to come by, people that like the V really want that cigar?
They
Yes.
want the V.
I'm that way because I love the Oliva V double Robusto.
Robusto, nice size.
It's a great size cigar,
What?
and I prefer the V, the original V, over the Milano.
Oh, interesting.
So
Yet
do
the
I.
Milano has.
Well, the
has-
Milano
Sells-
is
it
a,
sells
the,
much better.
but the Milano is a box press. I mean, and doesn't
Right.
it have a different wrapper?
It does. It's a
Yeah.
different wrapper.
Yeah.
And the different
more of a
wrappers what
sunglass.
mellows it out.
So
It's
But the sales of the Milano have really, over the last few years,
Yes.
have really stepped up.
yes, they
Yes.
have,
Well, they got
especially
the
on that
#1
number
cigar of the
4
year.
size.
Yeah.
And for some reason, everybody likes the number 4.
yes,
which is
the
I
number
guess
4
a
is a great size cigar.
It is a good
Yeah.
size.
Actually, the numbers will prove that out.
And then on the other hand,
What?
on the other extreme, you got the G, and what's the other one that's fairly mild?
The O.
Oh, I forgot.
No,
Yeah,
the Connecticut.
No, they have the O,
Oh,
which we
yeah.
don't really sell a lot
I
of
thought the
anymore.
O
Yeah.
was
That-
more
that
of
was
the.
years ago.
But I thought the
Yeah.
O was the Habano, which was was stronger. The O line.
It
I
is. It
thought the
doesn't
O.
sell
Yeah.
as much.
So the Connecticut
But
would
the
be
Connecticut
the
sells very
Connecticut
well.
would be the most mildest, I
Yes.
would think.
I
Yes.
don't know. This
Which
is-
sells great and it's
Out
creamy.
of their
Connecticut.
line,
Yeah,
it's
the
mildest.
Connecticut
Yes.
is the mildest. It's
In their
creamy.
line.
It's buttery. It's smooth. The Connecticut we sell a ton of in the sovereign size. You cannot. I mean the torpedo. Excuse me, that's Ashton. The torpedo size just sells. But I think they say sovereign, don't they? On
No.
no, it's torpedo. It's torpedo. Yeah, on the torpedo size. So, I mean we sell.
Sovereign is the size of another company.
Yeah, that's
Cigar.
Ashton. That's what I said.
Yeah.
It was Ashton. I got confused.
I wasn't going to say that, but
But I could have sworn
But
I saw that
the
on
Connecticut,
the box.
the Oliva Connecticut sells very, very well.
That's what I
and
mean.
it's very
that's a
inexpensive.
tasty cigar too.
It's very
As soon as we
tasty.
get the torpedo
Also
in, it's sold out.
inexpensive.
Yeah, that's not expensive.
Well,
at
that
all.
one is actually more than the H Cameroon. That
is,
one is
but
like
it's still-
$7 to $8.
But it's still
It's
cheaper
still
than a
in
lot of
today's-
others.
Yeah.
in-
Yes.
You know, you think about it. You know, 10 years ago we wouldn't be saying an $8-9 cigar
It's inexpensive, yeah.
is inexpensive.
Yeah.
But anymore, that's the sweet spot.
Well,
and
you
something like this for $6.25
Yeah.
is unbelievable.
You still got the old timers that are still trying to find that $5 to $7 range.
We have them.
and I keep telling them
We have good
got
cigars
we
in that.
have selective. You know.
This is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the cigar we viewed
one
on
gets
the
passed
last
over.
last Wednesday show, that cigar was under $5, and it was a good
Yeah.
cigar.
Which one was
Oh,
it?
that was the
The,
award.
small batch?
The small batch reserve of,
Yeah.
of cigars.
Cigars.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Our,
it's
our
under,
bundle of 10.
yeah, it's under $5 a cigar, and that was
Yeah.
a good cigar. Everybody
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Anymore, it's hard to get a cigar for
Not
that price.
everybody enjoyed it.
Well, you're
Well,
weird.
there's only,
I
so,
d-
there's only a few cigars you enjoy.
I am weird. That's true. I have about 10.
That is absolutely
Yeah, there's
true.
about 20 or 30 for us. So it's only a few.
Absolutely a true statement.
Okay, so customer comes and he says, Tia, you hooked me up with a great 5 set. Hook me up another great 5 set. And I did. And he just complimented me yesterday on how, I just keep giving him great cigars.
Well, 1 out of,
Well,
10,000
helping him.
customers.
Anyway,
Something.
no. How about 999 out of 1,000, baby?
No.
That's my track record. Thank
According
you.
to you, yeah.
It is my track record. Scott, agree with me.
Another
Scott
notch on
agrees
the
with
gun
me.
butt.
Scott agrees with me.
Who's
Scott
keeping,
doesn't
who's
agree
keeping the score?
And if
Yeah.
Scott were here, he'd actually
Who's
say he
keeping
would
the
agree with
Customers.
anybody.
I me and the customers.
Ah,
Trust me, I'm good with people's palates. So
Oh,
I
you're a
know what
people
I'm
person.
doing.
Yeah, I agree
I'm
with
good
that.
with the palate.
Mike, are you hearing his microphone? Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's good.
Picking it all up.
Picking everything. Every word he says.
He's very insightful
He's not
today.
storing down there, is
He's
he?
really expansive today.
This is one cigar that gets overlooked. And when you had that special on them, I shall not say, but you had a special running on them, I believe, back in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is when a lot of people were going to it because it was on a special.
Right.
Then they would come back to it. But this cigar gets very overlooked. When I ring people
It's
up,
amazing, too.
when I
Yeah.
ring people up, I don't see
You know
no.
why?
I
You know
don't
why
see
it
a
gets
G.
overlooked? It's an old line company. Oliva's been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
They don't do an awful lot of
Advert-
retail advertising.
Yeah, they don't. You're right.
Yeah.
You don't see them too much on social media or anything
No,
like that.
not at all. And
They
they're
make
owned
great
by a
cigars,
large
though.
Spanish company,
Yep.
which was about, 4 or 5 years ago?
Wait,
Yeah,
say
something
that
like
again.
that,
They
yeah.
did what? I missed
No,
that.
they're owned by a very large Spanish company.
Oh,
That happened 4 or 5 years ago.
okay.
But the quality of the cigars and where it's manufactured, nothing changed.
Nothing
changed,
changed.
As a matter of fact,
Okay.
they held the prices. I mean, they've done a good job. Like,
Yeah.
You can't knock them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do what other people do when you come in. They just change everything around. They didn't
Right.
do that. They just kept everybody in the same place and just bought the company, basically. That's it.
Yeah. I
Oh,
mean,
really? That's
I've
nice.
truly
Yeah.
forgotten how good this cigar is.
Because
Yeah.
the Jose Oliva, who was the second or third generation running the company, got involved in politics in Florida. Now
Okay.
I think he's in the Florida Senate or something.
We need more of those.
Yeah. But, he's...
That's why he did it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. That's exactly why I did it.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. We
So
need more
I think
cigar
he's devoting
advocates.
more time to furthering the cause and
Yeah.
his political career. And it probably, they paid him a nice price and he made a deal.
Yeah.
It happens.
So they're not family owned anymore, is what you're saying?
No, it's owned by a large Spanish tobacco company.
Okay.
One you don't think of all the time because they're not big in premium cigars except for Oliva. They're known for other tobacco products overseas.
Okay.
Yeah, very
So they're
big
not a
company.
household name in
They're
this country.
a huge company, though.
Yeah, J. Cortez. Yeah,
Yeah.
very large company.
I heard
Yeah.
of them.
And that's the other thing. I don't know if everybody beside me is noticing this, but one by one, these large, as we know them as household names, are being gobbled up by these foreign owners.
True.
And so far, it seems to work. So far, they haven't, since they all have independent fields, independent factories, and everything else, the quality and the pricing hasn't really changed. I mean, it's just a normal kind of cigar inflation.
Although they do take a lot of price increases.
Well, I think a lot of that's because of the government rules and the government
Yeah.
fees and
Well, I
taxes.
think they use that as an excuse to raise the price.
Yeah, but there hasn't, in the last 20 years, there has not been price adjustments as per inflation.
No, I understand that.
It's less, cigars cost less today than they did 20 years ago when you
Really?
factor,
Oh,
when
and
you factor in
in
inflation.
inflation,
Okay.
yeah.
There's not too
I
many
understand.
things you can
Well,
say that
Well,
about.
gas.
Gas, yeah.
Gas is another one. But these companies are run by bean counters, though.
Yeah, they are.
And that's why the
They
prices
are.
just keep going up.
But they're still, especially the real big ones, there's still some of the old timers like me that are still around in the sales departments, and not so much in the marketing department, but certainly in the sales department. So there is a continuum. How long that'll last? Well, we're not getting any younger.
Yeah.
Want to do final opinions?
Yeah, we can do that. Scott, you want to start out? No, he still doesn't have much to say.
That's the highest rating he's ever given.
It is a high rating. Yeah, I mean,
He needs a shot to wake him up.
Yeah.
go ahead, you lead it off.
Me?
Yeah.
Ladies first.
All right. Well, because
I know what he's going to say.
this is my favorite out of the Oliva line. You have to factor in price point with this. You really do.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do, because
No, you
this
don't.
is a great cigar, and
No,
you
you
just
She's just trying to pick a fight.
choke them. I love the construction. Again, I love the age of the Cameroon. I'm going to give this a 9.25. It is well deserved. And it tastes very good, and there's no aftertaste in your mouth at all. It doesn't even taste like you're smoking. Like when you taste your tongue, it doesn't even, you don't even taste that
That's
tobacco-y
correct.
taste.
Right.
And it
I
doesn't,
like-
melt, it doesn't melt in your hand.
It's like a clean it's like a clean palate.
Yes.
You know, I like that. It's nice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Moose?
Oh, Rob agreed with me. Get that on cam. It's on
He's-
camera, right?
It's recorded.
I think I give it a 9.5.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this very much. Very good cigar.
Okay.
I know where you're going.
Come on, Rob. What you got?
Drive it home.
One of my favorites, because obviously it's my favorite wrapper.
Yeah.
I'm getting a nutty taste along with some wood and coffee notes from the Nicaraguan tobacco. I think it's a fantastic cigar, especially for $6.25.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just outrageous that price just stays there.
Well, now
I
that you
don't
told
f-
him,
I'm
they'll probably
not-
raise the price.
Yeah, right. I am not factoring in the price at all in this cigar. It just, the cigar stands, its rating stands alone with the cigar.
Okay.
And I give it a 9.75.
Wow.
I think it's
that's one of the highest you've
it's-
ever done.
it's incredibly good cigar.
Well, now my rating seems kind of low.
I think speaking for Scott, he would probably give us about a 9.50 if he was.
I think he would give it a straight 9.
If he were in a talkative mood, he would.
Yeah.
He would give.
Scott's usually in the straight 9,
But he's
though.
kind of stoic today.
Yeah.
Well, as for me, I do factor in price.
How come you have nothing to say when he says it, huh?
Because he signs the paychecks.
and this is a very pleasant cigar to smoke. It's probably just north of mild, probably approaching medium. It coats the mouth and the tongue with a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
It's ambitious from the standpoint that the taste evolved and changed a bit, but it still has a very, very pleasant taste, and I'm well into the cigar. I would have to agree with you. I give it a 9.75.
There you go.
Because, if this cigar were $10, I would probably be 9.25. But because it's 6 1/4, which I think is very important, even though you disagree, I give it a 9.75. But just want to remind you, our stores in Florida are just about open, or should be open by the time you see this, or at least one of them, in Sarasota. I pray, if I'm still have any money left.
Yeah.
And it's still cold out there, so all our stores have lounges. Don't forget our new store in New Hope, which opened a couple months ago, right on Main Street, the old Little Taste of
Yeah,
Cuba.
you can shop and smoke.
And come on in, enjoy a cigar, enjoy our lounges. Kibitz with the people inside
Don't
there.
forget your Saturday show.
You can
Yeah,
talk
don't
to
forget our
Scott.
Saturday show. Talk to Scott. And I guess until
Smoke 'em
next
if you got
Wednesday
'em.
night.
Smoke sweet,
We'll see you
everybody.
next
Ciao,
week.
everybody.
Bye-bye
You
for
always
now.
get the last word.